Want to make a tasty meal without much effort? Easily make this corn butter rice with your rice cooker. The recipe for this salty and sweet meal comes from the manga Set It and Forget It. The theme of the manga is to cook tasty meals with only your rice cooker. You'll start off by washing 2 cups of dried rice. You can use your preferred rice grain, but in the manga it's short grain rice, as that's the typical rice eaten in Japan. How do you wash your rice? A long time ago I learned how to wash rice from a rice farmer in Japan. After you add enough water to cover the rice, you spin it clockwise about 20 times. You then drain the water from the rice. Washing white rice gives you a lighter and fluffier result after cooking. You're also removing any excess debris and bugs that might have gotten on the rice. Add enough water to cover the rice back up. You'll then rinse the rice one more time about 20 times. Drain the water. Going back, you're also removing the excess starch, which is not needed for this meal, but is great for risotto. With the water mostly drained, you'll now polish the rice by hand. You'll polish the rice about 20 times going clockwise. Once you're done with that, you go counterclockwise about 20 times. Cover the rice with water one more time. You'll rinse the rice once more about 20 times. Drain the water completely and you have now finished cleaning your rice. You'll then put the drained rice on the side for later. It's always interesting to learn how other people do it. Next you'll prepare the main part, an ear of corn. Start by shucking the corn. You'll remove the silk from the ear of corn, then put it on the side. Let's talk about the manga for a bit. The Set It and Forget It manga is a great way to learn rice cooker recipes with the main character Fuko. It was nice of Sasaki to offer Fuko the corn that she had received from her family. In a return of niceness, Fuko offered to cook lunch with the corn she was given. A very neighborly act from the both of them. The recipes are delicious, easy to make, and supervised by 5 Star Rice Meister Rie Shibuya. Look forward to more of Fuko's rice cooker recipes made by me in the future. Get as much silk off the cob as you can. If there are a few pieces of silk left over on the cob, don't worry about it. Next, pick up a knife, then cut the corn in half. The corn cob is hard to cut, so slowly cut it down the center. While you're cutting, be sure to watch the placement of your fingers so there is no accident. You can slowly rotate and keep giving indentions into the corn cob to make it easier to cut. Put the flat cut off part of the corn onto your cutting board. Hold the corn in a cat's paw position, then put your knife's blade onto the corn cob. While you're applying pressure to the corn cob, cut off its kernels. To get the most kernels off the corn cob, cut as close to the corn cob as you can. You'll end up with kernel corners on your corn cobs, which you can also cut off. You'll be cutting the kernels off of both halves of the corn. In the manga, I thought it was weird how Fuko was holding the corn and the knife like it's kind of dangerous looking. I also thought it was weird how she was able to cut the corn cob in half with the way she's holding her knife. Unless the corn cob was made of jello, I don't think she's gonna be able to cut the corn cob in half with her hand in that position. Put your drained rice into your rice cooker pot. Add 2 teaspoons of dashi powder. You're seasoning the rice now so it cooks with flavor. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of cooking sake. Then lastly, a pinch of salt. Mix everything together so each grain of rice is coated and seasoned. Add the corn kernels on top of the rice. Add 2 cups of water. Put the corn cob halves on top of the kernels. Be sure to push the corn cobs in a little bit so it wedges itself on top of the rice. Add the silk on top of the kernels. Be sure to spread it out evenly. Adding the corn cob and the silk enhances the flavor of the corn and adds sweetness as well. Close the lid, then turn the rice cooker on. I have the simple 1-push rice cooker. When it's done cooking, open the rice cooker, then remove the corn cob and the silk. Be careful as the contents of the pot will be hot, so remove them with something safe like tongs. Don't worry if you can't pick out all the strands of silk. It is edible, just a little bit too fibrous if you eat too much at a time. A strand or so here and there won't be a problem. According to the official manga recipe, you'll be adding 1 tablespoon of butter. Though if you're like me and you like butter, you'll be adding more of it. This is 2 tablespoons. Mix the butter into the corn rice to cover all the grains of rice. Butter just makes everything taste better, don't you agree? By the way, this is unsalted butter, but you can use salted butter if you'd like. Just be sure to watch out how much you put in so you don't oversalt the corn rice. You can see some tasty brown crispy bits of rice on the bottom. By the way, what can you do while you wait for the corn rice to cook? You can use the wait time to chat like Fuko and Sasaki said, or if you're like me, you'll use the time to clean up. By washing the knife and cutting board while I wait, there's less to clean up after I eat, which is always nice. Look how nice and fluffy the rice is. The butter adds such a beautiful sheen to it as well. Pretty shiny. What a beautiful yet simple dish. The shine on the rice looks great in the light, and the yellow corn really stands out. Time to try another delicious set it and forget it meal. Itadakimasu. You can really taste the sweetness of the corn, which is complemented by the savoriness from the seasonings in the rice. I love how I can really taste the butter as well. After all, who doesn't love butter? The butter brings a delicious richness to this very simple meal. The more you chew, the more sweetness comes out from the kernels of corn. Chewing more is healthier too, as it helps you digest your food better. I could certainly eat this corn donburi all day if I wanted to. With how easy it was to make, anyone can make it. I love reading the Set It and Forget It manga for its beautiful and delicious art, amusing main character Fuko, slice of life, and of course the simple rice cooker recipes. I hope you get to enjoy reading it too, as well as recreating the recipes with your own rice cooker, aka RC-kun. If you wanted to add a little variety or a change of texture, you could, like this piece of salmon. The salmon will not only provide protein but a different mouthfeel too, so you won't get bored eating this meal. Another simple way to add mouthfeel to this meal is to add roasted sesame seeds. Crunching down on the roasted sesame seeds will not only give you another mouthfeel but another flavor as it brings out its savoriness. So delicious. Want to add a savory, refreshing flavor? Add ponzu sauce, or in my case, truffle ponzu sauce. Sweet corn, savory rice, refreshing ponzu sauce, and the taste of truffle is magical. How about more butter and ponzu sauce? The sky's the limit. Another simple and satisfying rice cooker meal brought to us by the manga Set It and Forget It. I hope you get to enjoy making and eating this rice cooker meal as well. To make this simple and delicious corn butter rice cooker recipe, you'll need 2 cups of rice, 1 ear of corn, 2 teaspoons of dashi powder, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of cooking sake, a pinch of salt, butter, and 2 cups of water. I'll put links in the description for the ingredients you need to buy to make this delicious recipe. Support the mangakas by buying the manga when it becomes available to you locally. As the manga is already finished and officially translated in English, hopefully that time will come soon. Until then, you can also support the manga's artist by following on social media. I hope you enjoyed watching this rice cooker recipe video inspired by the manga Set It and Forget It. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rice cooker recipes inspired by manga and anime coming soon. Until then, you can check out other rice cooker recipes like this on our channel. Until next time, rice cooker fans, bye!